We have seen Korea being like the strongest region in the international tournaments throughout 2024 and 2025 so far. Do you think there is any particular aspect in gameplay that the region is still better at, generally speaking, and what can we do like as a region overall to bridge the gap?
I think for sure they're very good. I think there's a lot of different aspects where they, for the moment, like they're outperforming us. For instance, I think the way they play mid game is very specific to, I mean, at least HLE compared to Europe, because like first one they do way less mistakes and they also like give very few information. So you always have to play like with a lot of pressure on the map. So I think that's something that for sure European teams like are for sure less good at. Second aspect, I think also is like they are really good like early game wise. You know, whether it's like laning phase wise or just the way they play together on the map. That's something that we can match. That's the thing as well. I think as a region, I think for sure we can match. There's a lot of good early game teams as well in Europe, and it's all about making sure that we define clearly what's the things where they are actually really good at, take away it from them and make sure that we can apply it in Europe and then after come back with our version when we go to international tournaments.
Yesterday you mentioned wanting to create a new era for Europe and achieve international success. After your match against HLE, how close do you feel to achieving that goal?
I mean, well, we're back to 0. We are not in finals anymore, right? So the next tournament is going to be reset. But I think today we showed that at least we could take a game out of HLE. I think when we play our style, like the KC style, we are one of, if not the best team in the world, which is something we can be proud of. And then, of course, the format being fearless for the whole year means that we need to be able to diversify our styles, and that's what we need to work on to have international success.
Next question is Sergio from Mize Esports. My question goes to Caliste. You said in past interviews that you wanted to face and show that you were capable against beating the best ADCs in the world. I know you didn't win the title, but do you think you were able to compete against the best?
I mean, I don't really know. I think I played pretty good against them, mostly against Jackalope and Viper. I think after the two first best of 3 we lost, I woke up a bit and played my style, played more aggressive, and from this state, I'm happy of my performances against them. But I mean, they are for sure still better than me, and I still have a lot to learn to be able to be better than them and beat them every time. But I would say that for my first international event and playing against these two players, I think I did pretty well for now on.
Next question comes from Lee Jones at Esportsnet to Yike. How proud are you of the team's turnaround this tournament to have gone from an 0-2 start to eventually finishing runner-up and putting up a commendable fight against HLE today?
Yeah, I'm super proud of the team. Like the fact of going 0-2 and knowing that you have to beat on paper 2 strongest teams in the tournament and probably like in the world, like Top Esports and Hanwha Life. We all knew it was going to be a hard task, but I'm really happy that no one stopped believing. Everyone just kept believing that we can win. We kept like the very strong team atmosphere we have, like making jokes and just having fun together. And yeah, I'm really proud of everyone.
Next question from Arsh at Namen to Vladi and Canna. Can you talk about your pre-game wrestling, cuddling ritual that seemed to completely turn around the performance in the tournament?
칸나 선수와 블라디 선수에게 질문인데요. 그 경기 전에 하는 그 애정 행각에 대해서 좀 설명 부탁드릴 수 있을까요?
Well, I would say it's our lucky charm. Maybe he doesn't know yet, but every time I did it, we managed to beat strong teams. Like I think I did it before the test match, and we 2-0'd them pretty easily. And from then, I started doing it, and I think it went well.
네, 저는 솔직히 일방적으로 당하는 입장이고요. 솔직히 너무 귀찮은데 자꾸 옆에 와서 건들길래 저도 맞대응을 하는 것뿐입니다.
Do To be really honest, I want everyone to know that I am on the receiving end and I am, one-sidedly getting this done to me. And honestly, it is very annoying and I just have to fight back because he just keeps nudging me and poking me.
Final English question.
Hi guys, Don Jake from Ruddy, and it's a bit of a long-winded one, but I think it's fair to say that going into this tournament, it was a big focus on the rookies and the experience that you guys would be able to garner at this event. But during the event, you guys have kind of been thrust into the hope of Europe, and I think the expectations went up as time goes on. But I think in reflection at the end of the tournament, I wanted to ask the rookies, what do you feel like you picked up during this tournament in terms of experience? And I wanted to extend that question to the coach as well. What do you feel like your players, the younger ones, have picked up from this event?
For me, I would say I think it's just I got a boost of confidence, I would say. I think going through every game from now on, and I won't be afraid of trying new jumps or trying a new gameplay from me, I would say, or like I will just play with confidence, basically. I won't be aggressive, and I think I also learned to not be nervous, I would say, playing against the top teams. I think after I played against Team Liquid, for example, I think I was playing pretty weak because I was scared, I would say, or I wasn't playing with confidence. But I think, as I said, going through the next games, I was just I didn't care at all, and I played with no fear, and I think we managed to go pretty far.
It's a bit the same. I would say I will be more confident, and I think I already showed it after the Team Liquid match. It's mostly like skill-wise. I think I will learn a lot, and from each games, I'm getting better individually and better at leaning phase, better at being more confident and learning new stuff. I think I learned a lot of things about specific matchups and also ways of playing the mid game. And I think mostly when I will come back to Europe, I will be more confident and I will be able to play more aggressive in my style, I would say, and just not like just being more confident in my individual skills, because I think Viper and Jakilov, they are really confident, and I think I try to show up against them and myself like show my individual skill, and I think I will do it in Europe when I come back, and it will probably be easier.
Yeah, I think they said pretty much everything. I think first most important thing that we realized in this tournament is that we should remove the nameplates, because individually, mechanically, we shouldn't be shy of the enemy teams that we're playing against. That's the first thing, and I think we've realized that as a group, as a team. And second thing is, yeah, obviously, like I mean, they are still good, you know, at some aspect of the game, and there's a lot of things that we can take away from that, whether it's how they play side laning or how they play early game. I think that's for sure one thing that the kids, the boys will take experience from, and yeah, I think also it's still the same game, still the same kind of environment, because it looks like the LEC studio, but it's still international stage, so getting experience on it and making sure that you play confident is a big part of it. Yeah.
So this question was over to Caliste. So this is your first international journey, and you'll be able to qualify into the final and really shine on the stage in this tournament. So is there anything you have learned through this whole journey, and are there any player maybe change your kind of play style or have some influence on you?
First, I'm really happy, I think, of my first international event showing and performance. I think I'm happy to be able this early, I would say, to be able to play here and play against the best players and also learn a lot, and also like keep improving each day of the tournament. And I think, as I said, what I learned is probably just be as confident as possible and be myself, try to just play my way, be aggressive and try to punish people. And I mean, I guess the player that like had influence on me this tournament is probably Viper, because I played against him, and it's I think it was the toughest opponent I played against, and I quickly learned how he was playing, how he was clicking, and how good he was mechanically, and also what can I learn from him and maybe apply it in my playstyle.
This question was over to the coach. I believe through this whole tournament, Karming Cup, you guys just to perform better and better. So we know the schedule is very tight. So tell me more about how does the team be able to really have a very good adjustments and adaptation into the meta and be able to just perform better. And after this, we have already know like in the following matchups, we're going to have the remain this fearless draft. So tell us more about what kind of preparation will the team make in order to maybe achieve an even better performance on stage.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secrets to how we were able to bounce it back from the start. It's just easy. Like I think we are the team who finished the latest one in terms of schedule, like compared to the other teams in the first lane. And the only thing we did is just scrimmed every day because we had to. If we wanted to perform at this tournament, which we wanted to, then we need to make sure we make up the effort. Not really on the we need practice, but I think it's more about making sure that we understand the meta really well, understand what are the prior champs and if our raid is good or not, which I think for sure there was an adaptation from the first 2 days to day 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, and about fearless, I think it's we know we have our playstyle, we know we have our strength, but yeah, obviously fearless will force you to go into different champions, meaning different champions means different playstyles. So just need to make sure that we're able to take a lot from this tournament, understand what we can do as well as a team, find a new identity once our champions are out, and practice as much as we can on these things. I think we're a team that likes to spam, likes to grind, and likes to spend time together. So that's what we're going to do to make sure that we scale for fearless this year.
This question is for Canna and also the coach. So officially now the fearless draft will be applied for the rest of the tournaments in the rest of the year. So what are your thoughts on this? And from this tournament, what do you think you can apply moving forward?
저는 되게 긍정적으로 생각하고 있습니다. 왜냐하면 이게 LEC는 뭐 정규 시즌이 단판전이어서 좀 프로 가기 전까지는 좀 피어리스의 그런 재미를 못 보여주는 게 좀 아쉽긴 한데, 다른 리그를 빗대어 생각하면은 되게 많은 경기를 하고 그리고 많은 챔피언들이 다양하게 나올 수 있고 그 각 팀들마다 좀 전략적으로 구성할 수 있는 드래프트가 많다고 생각해서 저는 되게 플레이하는 입장에서도 되게 재밌고 그리고 보는 입장에서도 더 재밌는 것 같습니다.
So I have a very positive reaction to this. Although the LCK or LEC regular season will be best of ones, it is a little bit of a disappointment that we cannot really show any enjoyment of the fearless draft until the playoffs. But considering other leagues that will be playing best of series, they will be able to show a lot of matches with diverse champions, and each of the teams will always come up with strategies just utilizing the fearless draft or the draft. So I think from a player standpoint, it's going to be quite enjoyable, just as well as it would be for the viewers.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what Canna said. I think it will be fun for the year. For sure, it has a bit more depth in strategy and the way you prepare best of 3s, best of 5. So that will be fun. I think what we can do for the rest of the year is take away from how the team, actually how they played, how they drafted. I think that's something that we need to take things from and make sure that we're able to broaden our strategies, basically. Yep.
So this is a question for the coach. What do you think was the main factor, the key factor that you guys lost today's series? And also, before you go into the next split, what would you like to say to your players?
That's a good question. I think pretty much game 2 I'm not really sure exactly if we have like tools to make sure that we get ahead and able to stabilize the game. They were for sure able to stack dragons, make sure that they get an early lead and snowball through that, and it was really hard for us to do pretty much anything. So I have to rewatch if there's things that we could have done better. And I think game 3 and 4, it's more about we need probably like we made some mistakes. We need to be a bit more connected. We probably need to play like slightly better and make sure that we have a plan to every moment we want to go in the game, basically at every minute. But it's normal. Like we need to take away good things from that. And one thing I would say to my players is one is very proud of them, obviously, and two is like we are actually really close, and then we need to make sure that we put the effort, even if we put a lot of effort first to be here. We're only in March, so we have a lot of things to do still for the year. So first, like we need to rest, guys, and we're gonna come back and make sure that we have good objectives, good understanding of what we need to do better as a team, and that we can come back as strong as we can. Yeah.
This question is for the jungler Yike. So overall from this tournament, it seems like you guys had some moments when you were doing good and also bad, and just being able to progressively play better. We were able to recognize that you're a very good Ivern and Maokai player, and you also mentioned that you just happen to be very good at tree champions. So how did you become such a good tree champion user? And also, second part to this question is you have a lot of fans even in Korea. So what would you like to say to the fans?
Yeah, I mean, I had kind of had the reputation in Europe that I was playing a lot of Maokai. Like since I joined G2, it was a lot of Maokai because he was very strong. And then at some point, Ivern was also strong, so I just played him as well. Like when these champions are strong, I played them, and I became very good at them. So that's why I kept playing them, because I felt very confident. Also in the tournament, they were strong. Like a lot of teams banned Maokai against us, and like overall Maokai was picked a lot. And Ivern was, I guess, one of our pocket picks that no one else really. I mean, some teams probably played it, but yeah, that's mostly. I just like to play the champs. It's fun to be the tree guy. And what was the second?
Message to your fans in Korea too.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that there is a lot of Korean fans cheering for me, cheering for the team, it makes me very happy. Always getting like, I can get some letters sometimes after like the LoL Park games I had, and it's so nice to read them, and I really appreciate like every single one like reaching out to me, even after like my like individually like bad performances. I get like a very big boost from the Korean fans just cheering on me still. So I appreciate it so much.
This question, I think it is for Targamas. So in game 1, one of the most impressive moment was when the Talia and Misfortune were just camping in the mid bush, and then the Rakan just kind of baited the entire Hanwha Life Esports team. And so support is a position that requires a lot of sacrifice. And so in this moment, Targamas, were you the one that initiated this kind of gameplay, or was it just your teammates kind of pushing you to sacrifice yourself?
No, I don't think so. I think usually when you play Rakan, the champ is very good at playing on his own. Like you have so much mobility, and it's hard for enemy team to kill you basically. So you're free to move around the map, put a lot of vision. Without running into too much trouble, and also you can kind of bait enemies to go on you, and I guess that's what happened. Like I didn't really think that a fight would happen here. Like I was just creating space and putting vision for my team, and then Wukong just happens to go on me, and he died, and I guess we got a good fight of that, but it's not really pre-planned or anything.
Okay, and a final question from Namin. Every player, starting with Canna, can you say a name of a pro player from another region that you didn't get to face at this event, but you would like to in the future?
네, 저는 LPL에 그 더샤이 선수랑 그리고 빈 선수랑 한번 나중에 기회가 되면은 국제전에서 보고 싶습니다. 왜냐하면은 더샤이 선수는 항상 잘했던 선수인데 이번에 또 LPL에 복귀했다는 소식을 듣고 떠나기 전에 또 한번 만나보고 싶다? 이런 생각을 했고요. 빈 선수는 예전부터 제가 개인 프로브도 많이 보고 좀 많이 라인전에 좀 엄청 훌륭한 선수라고 생각해서 또 나중에 기회가 된다면 더 한번 만나보고 싶습니다.
So I would like to meet and face the Shy from LPL and also Bin as well if I get the opportunity in an international stage. It's because the Shy has always been a very good player, and I was told that I noticed that he came back to LPL in the professional scene. So before he leaves, I really want to be able to play against him. And also for Bin, I've always watched his pro view a lot, and I think he's just really talented and very skilled in terms of laning phase. So I think if given the opportunity, I would love to face them.
For me, someone not from this tournament, I mean, someone I always really have fun playing against is Owner, and yeah, I mean T1 and Owner. It's always fun for me to play against him because I play with him a lot now recently, but usually he's the one winning against me. So I would want to get like revenge, especially for like the Lost Worlds, and yeah, I think it's always fun to play against him because I feel like we have similar like play styles and like champion pools, so it's always like very spicy for me.
For me, it's Tovi. I also have him as my EU name tag in solo queue. He's my favorite player, and yeah, I also watched a lot from him, and I think he's very, very good mechanically, and I think he's one of the best mid laners in the world right now.
I would probably like to face Elk. I think he's a really good AD carry, and I can probably learn a few things from him also. And he's probably one of the best AD in the world, so I would like to face him.
I would like to play against Carrier again because I feel like the last time I played against him, I was like not that good individually, and I feel like today, lately I've stepped up a lot in my opinion. So I would like to see how I do against him.